All right, y'all. So we got the first layer. My mic might have been covered. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. So we got the first layer of homemade caramel. I want to say caramel, but I know that's not how I say it, baby. I'm from Louisiana. This is South, honey. We say caramel. 3 syllables and a couple of phonetics. Caramel on this sheet cake. Homemade, that is. And then we are finishing up the cupcakes right here. Okay. We're gonna finish up the cupcakes. We just doing a little razzle dazzle there. We don't put too much because it's gonna keep spreading, okay? Just put it in the middle and let it do what it's going to do, honey, because homemade is very, what's the word I want to use? Oh, it does what it wants to do, baby. It's not about symmetry. It's about hand crafting. The cap on this one blossomed just a little further, so we're going to hit her with a little more razzle dazzle, you know. It's always one or two females that want a little extra attention, and we got it. We got her covered. You know, we understand diversity. We love it. We love diversity. We understand differences. Oh, yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. Okay. Thick, 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 thick. Ooh. Homemade, baby. Homemade. Just as homemade as the pecan candy that's going on top. Just wait a second now. Wait a second. It's about step 2 out of 20. Okay. We'll be right back now. Okay, so now I have y'all down in the pot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this homemade caramel, the same caramel. That way I can feel rest assured that the caramel won't have a different flavor, right? The foundation of my caramel frosting will actually be my caramel. So I don't have anything to worry about. All I'm doing is adding a little powdered sugar to create a frosting consistency. Okay? So I'm putting about 5 or 6 ladles in the pan. We can always make more. But this is basically, I probably wouldn't use it because if y'all know me, I don't like things to be too sweet. And Keisha's Confections and Keisha's Crumb, we're all about a tad bit sweet and a tad bit salty. So I would never, unless the customer requested it, I would never just ice a cake with this frosting alone. But I'm doing this to add visual interest and to add a little diversity so the cake won't look so flat. We have caramel, we have pecan candy, which is exactly what she wants, exactly the cake she had before, but it's her birthday, so I just need to zhuzh it up a bit. And zhuzh is a word, but don't look it up, okay? So now you can see about how much caramel we have in the bowl. That's about 2.5 to 3 cups, closer to 2.5. And I'm gonna actually add some powdered sugar, and then we're gonna mix this in with a stand mixer. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Back to the regular sheet cake. This is just our pure caramel. That is nothing but sugar, butter, condensed milk, flavor, and a little water. Okay, so that's the real deal. And I'm saying that because when you see little specks of brown and things like that in caramel, people are so used to looking at commercialized caramel. They expect it to look like something out of a jar. I can promise you 9 times out of 10 it won't. And the reason I know that because I also make pecan candy. So those darker little specks that you see throughout the caramel, that's what brings the caramel to color. It starts to brown at the bottom of the pan, in which if you're making your caramel so that it can come out pretty and shiny like this, you have to let it do that. You have to let it sit undisturbed. And you're gonna have those little specks of brown because that's what brings on the beautiful color when you finally start stirring it into the rest of the pan. So that's all it is. However, I could take a fraction of this, like you just saw me do, and I can make this, which this is more or less what people are used to seeing. See how that looks? But what's the difference with this? I have taken the good stuff here, right? And I've added in a whole cup of powdered sugar. And y'all see I'm using my handy dandy hand mixer instead of the stand mixer because I'm just whipping this up. But people will tell me all the time that that's why they love my dessert because it's not overly sweet. When things are overly sweet, it's because of what you just saw me do. This is just one example. Okay, you could take something really good. It's just like when you talk about if it's a sauce or a gravy and you talk about watering it down. Well, anything that's like this, a frosting, a caramel, you can water it down according to me and my standards in the way we do things at Keisha's Confections and Keisha's Crumbs. You can water it down by adding sugar. So that's why purchase Keisha's Crumbs. You taste more butter than you do sugar. Baby, we giving you the good. We giving you the goods. Okay. So see that same difference. Now I put nearly the full cup in there. And I'm gonna put a half. I think I'll go in with another cup. Let's just try another cup and see what it does. If it's too much, then thankfully I got this whole. I have about a quart of homemade caramel sitting over here to the side. But right now, the only reason why I'm doing this, again, this is for decorative purposes. You know, I'm so grateful she wants my cake. It's her birthday cake on the table. But for decorative purposes, I need something more frosting consistency to go in with. So let me finish up this caramel frosting and I'll be right back. And here we are, y'all. There is now we have caramel frosting. You see the difference in the color, the difference in the consistency. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how many cups of sugar I added or didn't add. I just did until the ancestors told me to stop. It has a Laffy Taffy consistency. All right, y'all, we're back. As you can see, I put a ribbon around the edge of the cake. I kept it simple because, again, she just wanted the homemade caramel and the pecan candy. But I did want to make it decorative. But here's what I'm going to do. I had this little small 6-inch. If you can see, I probably could have put it on here and then frosted it afterwards. But just to add some contrast and to pick up the color that's in the ribbon, I frosted this extra 6-inch cake. I have another one over there. But I think I'm just going to use this one, put it in the middle, and you'll see why. Okay, so this cake stand is steadily swiveling on me. It would be helpful if I had somebody to hold it, but I think I could pretty much center it. And I don't know what it is with me. I like to off-center things anyway. I wish I could put it in the corner. I don't want to put it in the center. I really want to put it in the corner. I wonder if I should. I think it would be cute. Or maybe I should just stick to my original plan. Yeah, I think I'll stick to my original plan and put it in the middle. There you go. So let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. I'll show you what we're gonna do. I really should go and get my other cake stand because this one continues to swivel on its own for some reason. But y'all, this is what we have. Just to add a little bedazzle, I'm going to actually put this around just the little accent cake. And you can see it is actually meant for cake. Even though you see this in the ribbon aisle, this actually is for cake. So, the funny thing is, even though I'm not a cake decorator, I've always watched cooking shows and baking shows and, gosh, I forget the name of the bakery, but the famous bakery in New York, they came on television all the time. They may still come on television. But, not Cake Wars, but y'all know what bakery I'm talking about. And I'll never forget one time he said, your cake decoration should always be edible. And these are food scissors, y'all use these just for food. And even though I'm not a cake decorator, that's always stuck with me. So when you see my little decorations and sometimes they look very homemade, I mean, I could go to a store and buy something like this, but I've always like try to write on it, or I love to use fresh fruit. It's normally what I do on my birthday cakes. I'll take fresh fruit and dip them. But
Okay, y'all, now I've washed off the little ribbon. I just wanted to wash it in like some soapy water and rinse it before applying it to the cake.
And see, now I can use my cake stand and pull around. I actually want to have it come down just a little bit. Just got my hand in that caramel, I can fix it. And that's the thing, caramel is even more difficult to work with than regular frosting because you have double the amount of sugar. But in this case, based on her request, I thought that this gold rhinestone trim would be perfect for what she asked for. So today I'm making an exception to my own rule.
Okay, I'm gonna speed this up because I ended up not using the ribbon, but I'll take y'all through and speed it up.
A little piece of bread. Y'all can watch me decorate a cake live in action. So we put that around the edge, and it doesn't stand out too much. That's what I wanted. It's not too gaudy because my caramel is light in color, and so are the stones. And that's why I wanted a true accent. And you will see why in just a bit. Grab a toothpick. And I can make minor adjustments with my toothpick. There we go. So now I have closed the gap. And I'm sorry if I'm a little low, you all, in my volume. I'm focusing. I'll get a microphone one day. Okay, so now we have the ribbon on there. And I intentionally placed it a little up off the sheet cake because I'm going to go around that.
Right, here we go, y'all.
So now I have trimmed the 6/8 inch. It's in the middle. I have trimmed the 6 inch that's in the middle with some frosting.
So I absolutely hated the ribbon. I feel like it did nothing for the cake and it just blah.
Full of pecans. Pecan candy. I'm gonna go back with some pecans as well. But I want y'all to see this phase of it. That's what she wants, that candy. Alright. Be back to show you the finished results of both the sheet and the cupcakes.
Here's where I'm taking it off. All right, so at this point, I've decided to actually border the 6-inch with pecan candy pieces. I love the way it turned out. Whew, I was so glad to be finished, y'all. Well, almost finished. Here we go. Basically, I decided to have a dance intermission. You know how you have to give yourself that little last push, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Y'all see I had to throw that apron on before it was over with because that caramel was carameling, honey. For the finished product. So we have 12 cupcakes here. And this is the caramel with pecan candy, actual homemade caramel sauce, topped with a dollop of caramel frosting, and then Keisha's Confections pecan candy bits. This one, you have the caramel sauce with a dollop of caramel frosting and roasted pecan. So those are the... I know y'all saw me get those pecans straight out of the bag, but that's what we do. We roast the pecans and then we store them in the bag so they are roasted. Of cupcakes. And remember, this is always homemade pound cake. Okay? Homemade pound cake. And before we get to the big reveal, let me show you this little extra I threw in because this is how well I treat my confectionate affectionates. They're so kind to me. And I thank God I'm able to serve them with something that they come back for, even if it's an entire year later. I thank God that I'm able to serve them something that is memorable, not only to their minds and their palates, but also to their heart. So the 6-inch layer that we put on top of the sheet cake, I had this additional one. So I went ahead and boxed it up for her and topped it with the homemade caramel sauce and the pecan candy bits. So are you ready for the main surprise? The big, let me turn landscape because this is a big mama jamma. And here we are. There we have it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what she wanted, you guys. She wanted the crown on the top. So whatever my confectionate affectionates want, that's what they get. Oh, the cake wrestled with me a bit. We tussled, but we did not have a fight. We came to a very amicable, beautiful agreement. So here, you saw it happen live and direct. You have the caramel sauce, and it is piped with a ribbon of caramel frosting. We remove the cake ribbon, and so these big jumbo pieces of pecan candy worked so much better as a border to her pedestal piece. Beautiful black and gold crown. Those are her colors. And then a happy birthday banner offset in the corner. just like a lady would like it. A few caramel dipped strawberries for a beautiful accent. So let me know what you all think. Give me some love. Give me some love, you all. This is Keisha's Crumbs, but today the episode of Keisha's Crumbs is brought to you by Keisha's Confections. Okay? The website is I Want Confections, KONFECTIONS.com. If you like to take an order, make an order, I should say, excuse me. And their pecan candy is available. You can receive it by mail. So that is the Queen's Cake. That's the Queen's Cake, y'all. Beautiful. All right, Jonathan, let me know what you think. What do you think of this beautiful setup? Nothing like a host who will not only purchase a cake for herself, but also cupcakes for her guests. She assured me that she did not want to share that cake, and that's why she was ordering cupcakes in addition to her sheet cake. But y'all let me know what you think. I've shared some of my most prized caramel secrets on today. So if you have not subscribed to Keisha's Crumbs, please do. I always invite you to pull up to my table, and I have surely fed you good. I didn't ask for a bottle of wine. I didn't ask you to bring paper towels or paper plates. I just asked you to please subscribe. I can assure you, you'll always have an invite, and I'll always feed you good. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great evening.